Bro, pour me a Coke with ice. Night's long, and this story's heavy enough that it feels like I gotta hang it on a bar stool just to breathe. Name's Artem. My wife's Mia. My so-called ride or die since we were kids? Leo. And then there's Carol. Not a side chick, not a lawyer, just someone who can look at you like she's got all your hidden buttons mapped out. It didn't start with a call or perfume on someone else's shirt. It started with a receipt. Sunday morning, I'm pulling clothes out of the washer, and there it is. Crumpled slip. Sunset Rooms, table 12. 2 tasting menus, shared dessert. Timestamp? Friday night, 10:41 p.m. Friday night, I was buried in servers at the office. Fluorescent lights, bad coffee, accounting chicks stressing over quarterly reports. Mia told me she was crashing at her sister's. Movies, blankets, zero energy. That slip smelled like vanilla and somebody else's laughter. I slapped it on the fridge with a souvenir magnet from the Maldives, our dream trip that never happened, and pretended I hadn't seen a thing. Monday, Carol drops by. Family therapist, been working with Mia on her anxiety. Or so I was told. Carol's tall ponytail, voice straight up unsweetened. She glances at me, at the Maldives magnet, at the empty soda bottle and says, "In couples, one waits, one avoids." A receipt like this, it's not dinner, it's a flare gun. Hear it? I smirk. I hear the AC humming. She doesn't blink. Noise counts too. I didn't snoop her phone, didn't sniff her clothes, thought maybe it'd blow over. But doubt's like water in your shoes. At first, just cold, then blisters. Thursday night, Mia says she's stuck at the studio. Late night project sprint. I'm home alone, TV mumbling, cat pacing like he's shopping for a new owner. At 12:17 a.m., a voice note drops on my WhatsApp. 9 seconds. I hit play. Music thumping in the background, heels clicking on tile. Mia's voice. "Just tell me you're still around. I'll be out in a minute, okay?" And then a man's voice, steady, closer to the mic than hers. "No rush. Let him wait." Shuffle, muffled laugh, hand over the mic. Silence. I sat there like that damn fridge with the magnet. Looks fine outside, empty inside. I didn't start packing. Just wandered room to room, flicking lights on and off, staring at the cat picking a place to crash. On the counter, a sticky teaspoon, honey still clinging. I stared at it like it owed me a confession. "Morning?" I ask Mia. "How was your night?" She shrugs. "Productive. But I'm done with coffee forever." Her eyes were crystal clear, like she'd actually slept. I nod, drive to work, spend the whole day pushing deadlines instead of meeting them. Co-worker goes, "You sick?" I mutter, "Nah, just healing." Friday night, Leo drags me to Old Dock Bar. Smells like onion rings and washed up dreams. We grab a booth, sip sodas, watch rain smear the streetlights. I lay it out. The receipt, the voice note, the honey spoon. He taps his foot, nods. "Bro, come on. That ain't no project sprint. That's a duet. Let's just plant a recorder by the door next time." No drama, just proof I watch bubbles climb my glass and realize the line between "I'd never do that" and "hand me the batteries" is thinner than I thought. I didn't bug the place. But Saturday, Mia claims team dinner at Brunswick, the spot with rows of Instagram-ready lights. I drive out to a lake, pretend to listen to a podcast on minimalism, then text, "Want me to pick you up?" She replies 20 minutes later, "No need, already done." My gut turns the wheel toward Brunswick anyway. Out front, 2 figures, Mia and some dude in a light coat. He's holding her jacket, she's holding her phone. They're laughing. He brushes her elbow like it's nothing. She doesn't pull away. I don't get out. I drive. At a red light, guy in the next lane glances over like, "You good?" I nod, even though he can't see through the rain. Sunday night, Carol's back at our table. Mia spins her mug like it's Russian roulette. Carol says, "When people dodge talks, it's 'cause they're scared of losing control of the picture. But the camera's already rolling, up here." She taps her head. "Mia, what frame you holding?" Silence. I mutter, Frame where I don't hear background music on her voice notes. Carol presses. That wasn't a work call. Mia sighs. It's not what you think. I laugh. Classic line. Monday morning. Closet wide open, half my wardrobe staring at me like strangers. I pull out an old grey duffel, toss in shirts, socks, couple books. Honestly, just testing if my hands still shake. They do. Later, Leo texts me a blurry pic, Mia on a riverside bench. Same guy in the light coat. Caption, you should see this. I open it, close it. Not printing that out for a scrapbook. That night, Mia beats me home. On the table, the Sunset Rooms receipt and the Maldives magnet. I ask, you still dream of going there? She looks at me like I said, Mars. Carol taught us to use I statements. I try. I feel like I can't breathe when I hear voice notes meant for someone else. Mia sits, palms flat. His name's Roman. He's on my project. We got close. It wasn't against you. It just happened. That word happened hits like a cheap excuse. I almost ask, and what about us? But I already know the answer. We happened too. She adds, I tried to stop, but it's like driving downhill with burned brakes. I mutter, brakes been overdue. For the first time, her chin trembles from exhaustion, not guilt. I don't storm out. I crash on the couch, the spot the cat usually claims. Morning, I pour coffee, don't drink it. On the table, her note. Staying at Mom's. I sling my grey backpack, toothbrush, sneakers, charger, passport, head to the river. Smells like rust and spring. On a bench, someone carved words, half scratched away. I ain't a hero of dramatic exits. I'm just a guy trying. So I call Carol. I got feelings. They're still alive, she says. Feelings always alive. Question is who they belong to. She asks if I want the hard truth. I nod, even on the phone. What Mia did? Her choice. What you do now? Yours. If you turn her choice into your destiny, you're letting her write your last paragraph. I whisper, I want my own period at the end. For once, my voice sounds steady without yelling. I rent a room above a used bookstore. Landlord's this old guy in a knit vest shows me the trick with the key. Don't push it all the way in, just a click. Room smells like dust and cinnamon. Lamp in the corner, laminated instructions taped to the faucet. I crash on the couch, trace cracks on the ceiling, suddenly remember us buying our first mug at IKEA. Thick walls to keep tea hot. Memories are sneaky thieves. They slip in, take your sleep. Day later, Mia texts, where are you? No question mark. I don't reply. Hour later, we need to talk. Then a call. I pick up. She goes, this looks bad, but you know we had problems. I got lost, but I didn't promise him anything. I just wanted to feel like I could still matter. I stay quiet. She pushes, you don't fight. You just vanish into silence. That's not fair. I chuckle, sharp and flat. Fairness left Friday at 10:41 p.m. Pause. She whispers, I didn't want you to see. That's the whole truth right there. I tell her, nobody ever wants to be seen without their makeup. Couple days later, her friend Anya pings me. Sorry to butt in, but you should know something. We meet at a cafe. She slides a photo from a photo booth, Mia and Roman wearing paper crowns. Date on the back? Last May. Month. Mia said she needed me time. Anya lowers her eyes. She started then. Even when you two posted lake pics, she was sneaking off to call him from the parking lot. I thought she'd stop. Guess I was stupid, I say. We all want to live in the good version of reality. And something inside me finally clicks. It wasn't a slip, it was a pattern. That night, I find a box on my window ledge. Mia's handwriting. Don't open now. Of course I open it. Stack of cards tied with ribbon. Notes she wrote, never sent. First one, I don't want to be someone's good girl anymore. Another, Artem's a safe house, but safe feels like invisible. One more, list of little loves, caramel coffee, When laces stay tied, the smell of scrubbed skin, laughter of strangers. At the bottom, Roman sees me. I see me with him. She was more honest with cardstock than with me. Somehow, that cut deepest. Didn't burn them. Tossed them in a recycling bin behind a grocery store. Paper thudding into metal gut. Ritual wasn't for her. It was for me. Weeks roll by. I start doing old stuff again. Running in the rain bareheaded. Reading short stories where people just tell the truth and go to sleep. Drinking hot chocolate at a train station diner. Watching strangers, guessing whose pocket holds the receipt that'll blow their life up. Mia still texts. Found a therapist for both of us. I'm scared alone. I'm ashamed. I reply once. Shame's just a costume you can't live in. Take it off if you want. She sends back a not emoji. Translation? I don't know. Our us turned into a grey balloon drifting off. One night, Leo knocks. Brings pizza, grins. No olives like you like. We eat out of the box. Watch the bookstore guy switch his new arrivals sign. Leo admits, Man, I thought slipping you that pic would snap you awake. Backfired. My bad, I shrug. You meant well. We all do. He tells me his own breakup story. Wrong date bus ticket, looked the other way. We laugh, quiet, like a blanket over cold shoulders. 2 months later, I grab a tiny apartment across town. Kitchen window catches sunrise. Neighbour across the way waters basil every morning. I line up my books by colour, hang my jacket on the hook, buy a new heavy mug, not IKEA, but handmade clay. Seller said, This clay's patient. First night, I don't play music. Silence feels less like emptiness, more like a pause between verses. Mia mails a package. Inside, a book with a bookmark. On it, one word. Sorry, no signature. I don't reply. That was her talking to herself, not me. Shelved the book. Maybe I'll read it someday. Maybe not. Sometimes I draft letters in my head, telling her how I run by the river now, how the cat learned to pry open cabinets, how the bookstore guy showed me how to gift wrap without tape. Letters saying the world didn't collapse. It got quieter, honest, but I don't write them. Some conversations are just rehearsals for memory, and memory pretends not to be home when you knock. So if you're listening and you've got a suspicious receipt on your fridge, don't smash dishes yet. Boil water. Sit. Say the truth out loud to yourself first, then to the person it's for. And then choose. Not revenge, not surveillance, not a marathon of texts. Choose you. Sounds cliché, like a quote on a mug, but it's the only thing that actually works. I didn't become some hero riding into the sunset. I just quit being an extra in somebody else's play. And if you ask where that Maldives magnet is, it's on my new fridge, holding a grocery list and a pic of my cat, who finally picked his spot. Maldives? Maybe one day. But first, the block you live on, the hands pouring your water, the eyes that don't look away in the mirror. Pour me another Coke, bro. To honest pauses. To people learning to put the period in the right place. And to the fact that sometimes silence ain't punishment. It's proof your heart's still beating.